after coming out of Christianity, there were a few things that I decided I liked about atheism. And for me, number 21 is people aren't good or bad. Sometimes we can be both. And this is what I love about atheism. Because I grew up in an environment, secular and religious, home and church, that said that there was only a right and a wrong way of doing something. That you couldn't live just any way you wanted to. You had to live this very small-minded, very intellectual and gender-limited idea. And as long as you're not breaking any laws and you're not harming yourself or anyone else, and everyone's consenting and enjoying their lives, I don't care what people are doing. People are not heroes and villains. They're complex. They have good and bad inside of them. And just because they choose to be evil doesn't mean they're entirely evil. And just because someone appears to be a decent human being doesn't mean they are. That's why in film we have people called anti-heroes. They're not all good, they're not all bad. They're somewhere in the middle. And human beings are very complex. We don't have to just be one thing. We don't have to get married because we want to have sex, but we don't believe in having it before marriage. I care more about consent and people enjoying what sex they're having than whether or not they're married. Who cares? A piece of paper doesn't make something any better than not having a piece of paper. And I focus on things that really, really matter. I don't care what Satan is doing. I don't believe in Satan. I'm focused more on how people are hungry and need food. How our government doesn't care about the working class people. That's what I care about. I don't care if two unmarried people are having sex. Who cares? I don't care if someone's gay or not. If they want to tell me, fine. But I'm not going to vote to take away someone's rights and make them feel like a second-class citizen. So, yeah, people are not black and white. They're complex. They're multifaceted. They're such interesting people. And what someone is at 21, they're not going to be at 31. People change. They morph. They evolve. At least I hope they do. And I'm not the person I was 10 years ago. I'm very different now. And that's why I love atheism. I don't limit how I see people. I don't see someone as us versus them or that they're the enemy. Because they're not. As long as somebody isn't hurting me, they're not my enemy. And as long as they're not hurting anyone I'm an ally of, I don't see people as an enemy. And even then, I just see them as an ignorant person. Most people are ignorant. If they understood what they were doing, most people would probably stop doing it. Some people would probably still do it. But my family is very ignorant about non-straight people. And I used to be that too. So I try to use compassion. But there is little to no compassion in a world that only sees black and white. And think of all the colors that they miss out on. And then that's why religion is very legalistic and anti-woman. Because when people have choices and see the